Police are investigating two shootings in Champaign that sent 5 people to the hospital.
The first one happened on Bloomington Road near Willis Avenue. It's the same area where a 22-year-old man was shot and killed earlier this month. Police say in this case they found a 29-year-old man who had been shot twice, where a group was gathered outside of a business. Police believe the suspect's car ran over the victim while they were trying to leave, and that also hurt his leg. He was taken to the hospital. The second shooting happened on Kenwood Road. Police say that was at a party taking place outside an apartment complex. That happened right when a fight broke out. 4 men who were shot were all taken to the hospital. One of them was shot in the chest. We are working to learn how they're doing, and police are working to learn whether any these shootings are connected.
So we expect it to be a muggy and warm night, one of those evenings that you're going to want to close the windows, turn on the ceiling fans, and make sure you have the AC rolling if you can. 71, going to be warm and sticky pretty much throughout the entire night. You can see don't really cool down all that much. And as we go later on into the week, we're going to see that the heat and humidity will continue to build, but finally starting to see some changes as we head into the upcoming weekend. First, let's talk about what's happening out there currently on your Roofing Dog iNet First Mid weather camera. Charleston, we're dry, we're clear, we're sunny, and yeah, relatively comfortable for this morning with a lot of the upper 60s in place. But we're warming up quickly, and we're going to keep all the rain chances well off to the east into Indiana and some of those farther south too into Kentucky as we get into the afternoon, as those will start to bubble up, and those chances are even looking to be extremely low. For us here, though, across central Illinois, we'll have a few clouds, and then those will start to fade away as we head on into the night. As we go later into the day tomorrow, a similar forecast ahead, a few clouds late into the afternoon, but generally just hot and humid, and the same can be said for your Wednesday also. But as we go deep into the week and heading into the weekend, we're going to see some changes as far as rain chances returning, plus we'll have a cool down ahead. We'll talk about both when we show you your 7-day forecast coming up here in about 5 minutes. Christy and Matt.
All right, thank you, Adam. Well, students at the U of I will be back in the classroom today. For the first time in months, the university canceled class after spring break back in March.
WCIA3's Karina Rubio joins us live with a recap of the reopening plan. She's on campus this morning. Good morning, Karina.
Hey, Christy, good morning. Parking spots are already filling up here at the State Farm Center. There's a steady flow of people walking in and out to get tested for COVID-19. This site opened up at 6 o'clock this morning. When the university first launched their saliva-based testing sites, the university chancellor, Robert Jones, told me that was the main factor allowing them to welcome students and staff members back to campus. Since the launch, the U of I has tested more than 60,000 students and staff members. The innovative saliva test just received FDA approval to expand nationally. Classes will be a mixture of online and in-person, with those face-to-face meeting times saved for mainly smaller lab-type classes. All residence hall rooms have a 2-person occupancy limit, and there are no outside visitors allowed. Dining hall use will also be limited, with packaged carry-out meals available. University officials say there are also designated quarantine areas for anyone who tests positive for the virus or has symptoms of it. But as you guys mentioned earlier this morning, there were long wait lines as only 5 of the sites were opened this past weekend, with students frustrated waiting 90 minutes. So we will see what testing looks like for the rest of today. Reporting live in Champaign, Karina Rubio, WCIA3, your local news leader.
All right, thank you, Karina. Well, 3 of the newest coronavirus cases in Illinois are siblings who are students in Salt Forks School District. Now, the superintendent says the school is working with the Vermilion County Health Department to find any students who were in close contact with those siblings. They'll be transitioned to remote learning for the next 2 weeks. The rest of the classmates will be allowed to continue in-person instruction. No staff members were considered to be close contacts.
State health officials are reporting nearly 1,900 new cases of COVID-19. 6 more people have died. The state's total is now at more than 220,000 cases. Nearly 8,000 people have died altogether. The preliminary 7-day positivity rate is at 4.2%.
Urbana schools start virtually today, and more students are prepared thanks to a drive-by school supply kit giveaway. The Champaign-Urbana community sponsored the events, which was held at Napleton's Auto Park in Urbana. Now, school supplies ranging from kindergarten through 8th grade were handed out to students in need. Now, parents were allowed to pick up 5 school supply kits per vehicle.
A low census response rate in southern Illinois could put millions of federal dollars at risk. That funding would go toward infrastructure improvements, education, and social service programs. Less than half of Carbondale's households have responded, and the overall rate in southern Illinois is lower than the state's rate of 69%. Planners say Carbondale's low turnout is because the city is struggling to reach students at SIU during the pandemic.
Well, one man is bringing awareness to suicide and PTSD affecting soldiers through a ruck march. Now, Jonathan Webb is the soldier who decided to start that walk. He marched with friends and family members for 22 miles, starting in Urbana and ending in Muncie, Indiana. Now, the event was sponsored by 22 Rounds, a veteran-owned business. One supporter has a daughter in the military and believes the walk can normalize getting help.
They just keep a lot of this inside, and they feel they're weak if they reach out to get some help when it comes to PTSD or any kind of anxiety or stress that they're feeling. So hopefully a march like this for 22 miles from these Army soldiers will help raise awareness and let people reach out for help when they need it.
And if you or someone you know is struggling with PTSD, you can reach out to the National Center of PTSD. Well, that's going to wrap up the morning show on WCIA. But coming up, when we make the switch to WCIX for the 7 o'clock hour of the morning show.
It's a long-standing tradition with a twist at the U of I this year, how students are getting involved in a school year unlike any other.
But before we go, let's get one last check of the weather with Adam. Hey, Adam.
Hey there, Mac and Christy. Forecast today. We get up into the 90s this afternoon and stay there at least for the next 4 days. Now, what might keep us from hitting it on Thursday? Some areas of rain, possibly some clouds too. Might keep us just a bit cooler, and well, more that could be around for Friday too. It's possible remnants from Tropical Storm Laura. We cool down into the weekend though. We'll get more into those details coming up on the X. CBS This Morning is next after this.